the only Mr. Papa G. How interview in the hospital, man. What was that kind of like?
That to me, God has put me here for a reason. So whatever He brought me to is going to bring me through. Yo, read my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece says you can't fight. Come find out.
All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Bare Knuckle Fighter, the one, the only Mr. Papa G. How we doing, my man?
I'm fantastic, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. And you got a fight coming up. Talk to us a little bit more about that bare knuckle matchup you got.
I'm matched up against Derek Perez. He's been in there with a couple guys at the top of the division, but I'm ready, man. I'm ready to show that I'm the best.
That's right. Now, with Derek Perez, I mean, do you think this is maybe your toughest matchup you've had so far in BKFC?
Yeah, I suppose I would say that. I definitely respect his experience and so on and so forth.
That's
But
awesome. Yeah. Now, with you facing Derek Perez, I mean, what are you kind of doing in the gym to kind of get prepared for him?
we've been game planning for him specifically. He is a man of habits all the way from the beginning of his career until now. And so we just plan to exploit everything early and often.
That's awesome, man. Definitely some good stuff. And if you get this big win here, I mean, do you got any maybe some call outs on who you maybe want next in the future?
Uh, Any one of them short little fellows in top five, man.
Nice, nice. That was some good stuff, man. And when you first got into bare knuckle, man, I mean, you got a call on like almost like a week and a half notice. I mean, what was the nerves kind of like, and how did you kind of get the call and everything?
Jihad had hit me up. It was actually it was less than that. It was 3 days tops. We want to say 48 hours. But Jihad just called me one day and was like, "Hey, what's your weight at?" And I answered with, "What do you need my weight to be at?" We got it sorted out real quick, real easy. Got the contract same day, cut the weight, did the thing, man.
Nice, definitely some good stuff. Now, when you got the call for BKFC, were you watching BKFC at all? I mean, were you a fan? Talk to us more about that.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in it, but to be honest, I had only watched an event or two, and it was something that I had always been interested in, but more so, I didn't really think it was going to come to be. I always just joked about it with my friends, like, "Oh, dude, that'd be fucking fun," and here we are, man.
Yeah, no, definitely awesome stuff, man. And how do you like fighting for bare knuckle? How do you think the promotion is treating you as well?
I love it, bro. I have intentions of being very active after this fight, and Nate and David told me that that's good to them. So let's make some money, man. Let's get some dubs.
Now, speaking of money, man, I mean, after one of your fights, you messaged David Feldman and asked him for a bonus, and then he ended up giving you one and stuff. Talk to us more about that and what that was kind of like.
He's just a really personable guy. I was blown away by the fact that he actually hit me back up pretty quickly, if I can remember properly as well. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, give me your email. I'll send you some extra money right now." He's a hell of a guy, man.
That's definitely awesome, man. Definitely some good stuff. And when it comes to bare knuckle, have you watched any events as well too, or just only fought in it so far?
I haven't been into any events live other than the ones I fought at, but I watch typically every event now.
Nice. No, definitely some cool stuff, man. And a little bit more about you, man. I mean, I'm looking at your ears, man. You got those gauges in. Talk to us more about when you got those, and did it hurt or anything like that?
I got these. I want to say 10th grade.
Nice.
My mom hated it, but it was just a way to express myself, and I couldn't get tattoos yet. I got a decent amount of tattoos under here, so I was just trying to express myself a little bit. And I had big ears, so I figured I might as well fucking do something with it, bro.
Fair enough. You ever freak people out and try to like stick your finger through it or anything like that?
100% thumbs in there, all that shit.
That's crazy, man. That was some cool stuff there. And you did mention your tattoos. You do got some pretty sick ones hiding underneath your long sleeve hoodie. What's maybe some of your favorite ones that you got?
My favorite one is 100% my gorilla.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
That one represents me more than the rest of them. I just real monkey like. My kids are too, bro. We pick everything up with our feet, and it's just it's real monkey like in this household.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And your original nickname was the Vanilla Gorilla, then you switched it to Papa G. So I mean, how did you kind of get that original nickname of the Vanilla Gorilla?
Vanilla Gorilla. I don't know, man. I think one of my friends had said it one day, again, just because of the gorilla thing, and then vanilla because fucking obvious. But Papa G it it happened when I became a dad. Again, it was kind of like one of my teammates said it. One of my mentors said it actually, and I liked it a lot more than Vanilla Gorilla because I've heard Vanilla Gorilla a million times now. It's overplayed, but I've never heard Papa G or Papa Gorilla, so it's one of a kind.
Yeah, no, Papa G is definitely a good one, man. I'm glad you switched it up. And when it comes to you as well, too, I think this is pretty sick. You said you got inspired in MMA from Bully Beatdown. I mean, what was maybe some of your favorite memories with the show?
I remember specifically playing a game of pickup basketball in my neighborhood with my cousin and some of the kids in the neighborhood. And a kid that happened to be my bully at the time joined our game, and we smoked him. And at the end of the game, he was just trash talking. But because we were out of school, like I was okay with whatever, you know. I never wanted to do anything at school. I was a good kid growing up, and whatever. We bicker back and forth. He pushes me, I push him. I pretend like I was gonna walk away and turn back and stuck him. And then that was pretty much the end of that. He didn't really fight back. He was bleeding on my aunt's porch. My mom came down. I got yelled at. But end of that story, I went home and watched Bully Beatdown immediately because I knew that it was going to be on that day. And I was like, dude, I just beat my bully down. I got to watch that shit. And me and that kid became friends. We're actually lifelong friends now. We've been friends for about 10, 15 years plus.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Definitely a cool story. And speaking of Bully Beatdown, I've actually interviewed Jason Mayhem Miller. He's a cool dude. Have you ever tried to reach out or anything like that to him?
I actually have sent him a message, bro, and I've seen that you did that. So that's super cool. Yeah,
Yeah, no, one of my idols, man.
That guy's a legend, man.
100%, 100%. One of my favorite shows, man. No doubt about it. And speaking of shows, man, you mentioned as well too. You like to watch SpongeBob, man. What's maybe some of your favorite memories of that?
All of them, bro. I'm still watching because my kids are watching it, man. So I get to relive my childhood every day. It's awesome. My wife loves it as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. My favorite episode is the one. I think it's like that sap their mouth. I believe it's called where they're like cursing at each other. Man, I love that one. It makes me crack up every time, man.
Bro, I like the Squeaky Boots episode. It's annoying, but that one is so funny, bro.
Definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. Now, you mentioned, you just became a father not too long ago. I mean, what was that feeling like? And, how are things kind of going as well, too, with that?
Yeah, so I got two kids. I have a 3-year-old daughter who will be 4 next month, actually, and I have a 7-month-old son. So that's exactly what me and my wife wanted. So let me just get it out there. We're done. I'm not having no more kids. But they're perfect, man. They're everything I could ask for. She is such a good mom. Lily is such a good big sister, and Lyle is just a trip, man. He's a ham.
That's awesome. That's some good stuff there. I'm definitely glad everything's going well. Do you want them to maybe train one day in the future, too?
Yeah, I absolutely want him to, and my daughter actually already has a mean leg kick on him, dude. She'll
Nice.
sneak it up. She'll sneak up on you. Hey, daddy, what? She turns it over, bro. She hits with the shin bone, everything.
That's awesome. Definitely great stuff, man. Definitely glad to hear all things are going good there. And, man, when you were about to become a father, I was watching an old interview of you. You were doing an interview in the hospital, man. What was that kind of like?
That was definitely a one of a kind experience, bro. I think my daughter came into the world maybe 2 days later, tops.
Wow.
That was a fun interview, bro. That was not a fight camp at all. It was just like here, take this fight. I think it was a title fight or something. Anyway, bro, it was just fun in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely pretty crazy. Definitely some good stuff there. And man, another thing about you outside of cages, you mentioned you got a cigar sponsorship and stuff. How'd that kind of come about?
So I've always wanted a cigar sponsorship. As long as I've been smoking cigars, which is the last 3-4 years maybe. And I had talked to like a shop here and there, and nothing came through yet. But actually, one of the owners of a cigar lounge down here in Tampa started training at my gym. And so I just overheard him chatting one day and jokingly was like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you sponsor me? And he was like, I don't know. Why don't I? And literally that day we talked sponsorship, locked it up, and he sponsored me for the next 5 fights, actually.
That's incredible. That's definitely a pretty cool story as well, too. So what's maybe some of your favorite cigars you like to smoke, man?
I like anything Arturo Fuente. That's what I'm on right now. So really anything I like dark, medium, light, all of them, bro. Anything that goes good with a coffee too. Like a little sweet note to contrast the bitter coffee all day.
Very nice, very nice. So what do you like more, cigars or smoking blunts, man?
Nah, smoking blunt.
There you go, there you go. So when you smoke a blunt, I mean, what's maybe some of your things you like to do, like maybe when it comes to eating?
I pride myself on my cooking ability.
Okay,
So all these guys complain about weight cuts and shit, but it's just because they can't cook, most likely. Um, but I think weight cuts are a privilege, and I feel so much better when I eat healthy, obviously. And so I take 4 to 6 weeks diet and experiment with new foods. Like right now, I'm eating a bunch of salmon this week. I'll probably continue that throughout next week until I leave on Thursday.
very nice, very nice. So if you were trying to have somebody over and like impress them with your cooking skills, what would maybe be something maybe make for somebody?
Burgers. I make mean burgers,
Nice,
stuffed and all that. Bacon in the mix, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, whatever. You got to toast the buns for sure. And we can go simple, like, dude, I make a mean steak and homemade mashed potatoes. Easy money.
definitely sounds like some good stuff, man. I definitely am getting hungry. Now, when it comes to you as well, too, man. I mean, you were also teaching a little bit and doing some mitt work and stuff. Do you got any tips on maybe teaching somebody how to hold the mitts and kind of going about that kind of stuff?
I think that you need to figure out, first of all, what kind of fighter you're working with. You got a long guy, you got a mid range guy, or maybe you got a guy that just wants to get in there and throw some hands. You know what I mean? So I think it has to cater to the guy that you're working with. I'm not going to show a long range guy too many short range techniques. Like, even we might get inside for a few seconds or whatever, but I want him to get back and play his game.
Very nice. Very nice. That makes sense, man. And when it comes to bare knuckle, man, I mean, what's kind of maybe some of your goals that you have in the moment when it comes to the promotion?
I'm definitely going to get that 135-pound strap and maybe get a money fight or two. I'm all for making a buck and going viral and that kind of shit, bro. And after all, I got a family. I got to feed them. And so if I got to beat some dudes up on the way, let's do it.
Yeah, no, I like that, man. Definitely some good stuff there. Now, how long do you think you maybe see yourself fighting for bare knuckle? Like how many fights do you think it will take, or even how many years?
I couldn't put a number on it, man. I'm here to have fun, and to me, God has put me here for a reason. So whatever He brought me to is going to bring me through. I'm just here for the ride.
Very nice, very nice. Now, when you're training and stuff for bare knuckle, I mean, do you wear gloves at all ever? I mean, how's that kind of work when you're getting ready for these fights?
Yeah, I say like 60-40, 60 gloves, 40 no gloves, because you want to crack pads, and you want to be able to smack stuff. But then when we go lighter and it's just technique, it'll be just hand wraps or maybe just tape around the wrist. I do condition my knuckles on a number of things, so there's that as well.
Very nice, very nice. Now, when it comes to bare knuckle and MMA, I mean, which one do you think is maybe safer to compete in?
I think long term, truly bare knuckle, just because it's quick pace, guys get knocked out. Like MMA, the camp is hell as well. There's a whole different camp when it comes to MMA and bare knuckle. Again, like I do jujitsu full time because MMA is my long term goal, what have you. But it's just a lot easier on the body to do majority boxing for a camp, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Now, when you're fighting in bare knuckle, I mean, is there like certain shots on like maybe like the face or the body where maybe you don't try to hit as hard to maybe save your hand so you don't like break them or anything like that? How's that kind of work?
Yeah, I pride myself on my accuracy as well, with or without a glove on. So it's not really a concern of mine because I'm all this triangle area. That's me. I don't care about none of this other stuff. Obviously, I'm mindful of it, but again, I'm more accurate than these guys, I feel.
Fair
So,
enough. Fair enough. Now, when you're competing and stuff, go ahead. Very nice. Very nice. Got a new guest.
I love you. What are you saying, brother?
No, no, all good, man. I was just gonna say, when it comes to bare knuckle, I mean, what is it kind of like to kind of compete in like the ring versus the cage?
Not much of a difference. My first fight ever was actually in a ring. It was a kickboxing match in a ring. So I'm pretty comfortable. Cage, parking lot, Publix, bathroom, don't matter, bro. We can fight wherever.
Yeah. Now, speaking about fighting in Publix, man, I couldn't believe this was you, man. You were fighting. I believe you're a bully on YouTube and stuff. How often do you ever watch that fight, man? I know it was so long ago, though.
Every once in a while, somebody will bring it to my attention, man. I'll forget about it for a year or two, and then somebody will be like, dude, like, is that you? And like now, David Feldman's seen it, and you guys have seen it, so I don't think I'll ever forget about it again.
That's crazy. That's definitely crazy, man. Now, do you ever read the comments and stuff? Like, what do you think about that stuff?
Oh yeah, bro. I'll smoke a little doobie and read something on the YouTube. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll plug in a comment here and there if I got time. I don't give a shit.
I love it. I love it. Now, there was a couple guys in there that were saying you can't fight and stuff. I mean, what do you think about those kinds of crazy comments?
Yo, read my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece says you can't fight. Come find out.
That's a great answer. I'll definitely love it, man. That, like I said, that's definitely a crazy video. I was watching that. And I'm like, is that him? No, that's definitely some funny stuff, man.
I broke my hand in that one, man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looked like I can't remember when. I think it was like the 6-minute mark. You hit him, and it looked like you shaked your hand. I was like, I think he might have broke his hand or jacked him up a little bit there.
I knew it.
That's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. I'm definitely glad I brought that up. No, it's you. Now, when it comes to your walkout and stuff, man, do you ever practice that at all? How's that kind of work?
Yeah, I visualize a bit. I don't overdo it because I like to live in the moment, you know. But I like to feel things before I get to them. So by the time I get to them, it feels normal.
Okay. So what song are you walking out to for this next fight?
I'm undecided. That'll probably be a last minute thing because I got so much dope ass music in my phone. Like I was just running today, like hitting 5 miles or whatever, and on the like 2-3 mile mark, I was listening to a couple songs. And I was like, it's got to be this one. But then I was on the back half of it, and I was like, fuck, man, it might be that one. So I don't know, bro. I'm bouncing back and forth right now.
Okay, fair enough. So what kind of music you like to listen to in general then?
I'm not gonna be a cornball and say everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like metal. I like a little country here and there. I'm a rap guy. I'm a faith-based man, so if I can listen to Christian rap or Christian straight up just worship music, I will. I got a diverse playlist.
Okay. So when you get some free time, do you ever hit any concerts or anything like that?
I wish I did. My wife and I hit a couple the past few years. We saw Post Malone, which was dope for sure. Best concert I've been to.
Nice.
And then we saw NF, and every Sunday, dude. So our worship team, like our music team at church, is famous all across the world. So pretty much every Sunday, I'm at a concert.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, when you saw Post Malone, what do you think was maybe the best song that he played live?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think he went off when he did Hollywood's Bleeding. That song that Ozzy Osbourne. He smashed his guitar at the end of it. It was pretty
sick. That's sick. That's definitely pretty sick, man. I'm glad you saw him. That's been somebody I've been wanting to see. That's why I wanted to ask you that one. So definitely some cool stuff, man.
You got to go do it.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's definitely pretty cool, man. And man, getting back into your training and stuff. I mean, who do you think is maybe some of the best training partners that make you the best version of you?
Honestly, anybody that I have the privilege of training with makes me better. Whether they're brand new or they're champion like Dave Mundell and Jared Warren. By the way, those guys beat my fucking ass. But anybody I train with makes me better, 100%.
That's awesome, man. Now, when it comes to your training partners, do you ever hang out with them or stuff outside the gym?
I wish I could say I do more. I'm kind of an introvert at the end of the day. Like you ask me, I want to be home with my family. Typically, bro, like after my fights, I'll come home 4 a.m. just because I want to be at home with my family. I'm not in. I mean, this one's different because I'm in South Dakota, but if it was up to me, I'd smash this guy, get my check, and fly home immediately.
Nice. No, I definitely hear you there. I'm kind of the same way when it comes to that stuff. Now, when it comes to traveling and stuff, what's maybe some of your favorite places that you might have seen so far during your fighting journey?
To be honest, bro, I've only fought in Florida, like both sides of Florida.
Okay.
Pensacola, Jacksonville. Jacksonville, not for me. Pensacola, not for me. I don't know, bro. I'm pretty excited about this one though.
Okay. What's not for you about Jacksonville?
Just hood rat shit. The stuff I tried to get away from growing up, in Pensacola, because the majority of my youth and early adulthood was in Pensacola, and it's a lot of violence and hood rat shit out there. So Jacksonville just made me think of that.
Fair enough. That makes sense, man. I've never been there, so I didn't know. So when it comes to just like meeting David Feldman and stuff, what was that kind of like for the very first time meeting David Feldman?
It was pretty cool, bro. He just seems like a real down to earth dude. You don't know what to expect when you meet him because he's kind of quiet and doesn't say much, but he always says what's on his mind, and I believe he's a God-fearing man as well. So we get along real well.
That's awesome, man. Definitely some cool stuff. And when it comes to your like weigh-ins and the stare down and stuff, what kind of goes through your head when you have to do all that different stuff?
I'm a very task-oriented fella, so it's like I focus on the weight cut, I focus on the weigh-in. So I like to be in the moment. I want to feel what my opponent has to offer. Sometimes I like looking in the eyes, sometimes I don't. I don't know. I'm a very in the moment kind of guy.
Nice. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Now, when it comes to your like your fight shorts and like all the fight gear that you kind of have, what do you kind of do with that stuff? Do you hang it up or anything?
Typically, I just reuse the shit out of it in practice until I can't wear it anymore. Uh, but these days, I get so much like free stuff. I'm so privileged that I got excess of t-shirts. I literally just had to give my wife a t-shirt today because I have too many.
Wow, that's incredible. But that's definitely cool, though. I mean, you're doing good, man. And one thing about me is I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years now, and I started when I was 5 years old. So I've been doing this for 19 years now. So I love martial arts, man. And with all the guys I got at my gym, what advice do you give to them to keep on coming into the gym and to get better and better every day?
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. Good for you.
Thank you, man.
Just keep showing up, man, and show up to the sessions that you might be afraid to show up to. Spar with the guy that might be bigger than you, that might be better than you, and then ask questions afterwards. If you lose, it's a privilege because you get to learn.
That's definitely an awesome message, man. And Michael, thank you so much for coming on the show. What's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
God is good, Jesus is king, and these boys can't fight. Thank you for having me, brother.
That's right. And thank you so much for coming on, my man. And best of luck with your upcoming fight. We're looking forward to it.
God bless you, bro. Stay in touch, okay?